What's up everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be going over a mono light team that I made, and it's going to be a bit different from the one that I made a few days ago, because I already built the team. And when you're done, just let me know if you prefer this, or, just me building, or the process of me building. And yeah, so first up, I wanted to try out mono light, and of course there's like only 6 fully evolved light types, so that is kind of a problem. But even the non fully evolved ones aren't that bad, so it isn't awful. And yeah, here is Luminami. Um, I forgot what this set did, but I made it for Brawny or Robust, so I'm just gonna stick to it now. And Hydro Slash, Mega Chomp are standard. Flash and Flee, of course. And I have Thunder Chomp mainly for my air matchup, as well as opposing water types. It's just really good mono type, and it generally helps you with a lot of your sort of weaker matchups, or just makes them stronger. You do better versus metal teams, you do better versus water, air, and those are some pretty big ones to do well versus. And yeah, so this is the Luminami. Next up, the Valkyrie. I have the Shine Shell standard Falc set, and I want Shine Shell to mainly help out uh, mainly against my metal matchup, because I'm able to use Shine Shell and really just do a ton of damage. And it also helps me against Seer Knight, because I'm able to blow that away, which is very helpful, considering I don't actually have removal on this team, and Seer Knight is just a huge threat. Being able to kill it off and gives it to Clips an opportunity, or Luxor an opportunity, and yeah, or vice versa, if to Clips or Luxor kill off Valkyrie, or not Valkyrie, Seer Knight for Valkyrie. And yeah, the standard set, it's good. It's the breaker of the team. Well, there's multiple, but yeah. Elaguana, Wave Pearl for water, my water matchup, and because I already have Shade Pearl on Luminami to help me with a lot of things like Hunger, Garlash, etc. And here, Thunderstrike, Clash of Flea, Taze. Taze helps me a lot versus things like Whipple Drift and other things like Malmerk. It's just really good in general, because being able to taste things, lowering their speed, or just making sure that they can't move is quite helpful. Um, and yeah, as standard TPs, you don't really need anything else other than this. And yeah, very clever, because you want to take as many resistance as possible. Helps you out versus Ferroglyph, which is quite useful, considering that is kind of a tough matchup against mine. But overall, you should be fine, considering you have Iliguana and these other guys like Teclipse. And yeah, so speaking of Teclipse next up, Luminous or Scapegoat setup, mainly defensive, and I have this Speed Creep for Valkyrie, range defense just for bulk, and then the range attack because just to be strong, smart, nimble. It's very good versus water teams because they aren't really able to deal with this too well. The best they can do is like switch in Samarine, but even then, so you can take a good bit from Luminous Roar, so even that isn't entirely safe, and if they go Marmork, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And yeah, to Eclipse, it's very important because it has a dark community, which is huge considering that dark types are pretty strong versus light, and dark coverage is very common. But overall, it shouldn't be too bad, and yeah, just having the immunity really helps. Although I don't think dark teams should be too common, but either way, I think light does very well versus opposing dark teams. But yeah, that's the clips for you. And then Luxor, Light Essence, Peace of Mind, Flash and Flee, Fire Breath, Raging Howl. I wanted to use Flash and Flee on this just because it's just quite useful to get some small chip on things as force progress, And then Raging Howl, Fire Breath, of course you need your attacking moves. And then I could have put Luminous Roar in the last slot, but I just wanted Peace of Mind, just because I like the thought of the setup. And I'd rather have Scapegoat set up onto Clips because it's more bulky, it's more defensively oriented, so I need that amulet on it so it's able to just take more hits. And yeah, the standard TPs, the energy allows you to use 3 Raging Howls and like 1 Flash and Flee, or like 2 Peace of Minds. And yeah, just standard stuff, energy, HP, usual. And Torpraise next. I don't really think Torpraise is going to be too useful, but it still helps, and I just gave it the specialty boots for some more speed control, which could be nice. I have Gamfall, Flash and Flee, Metal Blast, and Radiant Forecast. Radiant Forecast might come into play, maybe, and yeah, rest is just standard moves. I have Metal Blast over Raging Howl, because you hit Colossal Drops harder, and I think you generally bring this versus like an Ancient team, as well as hitting Cosmere harder, which is quite useful, because you know, Scarf Torpray does do a lot against Ancient teams, and yeah, standard TPs. I don't really think Torpray really needs the bulk or can make much use of it, and I'd rather just have more energy in general cases. I'm sure you could optimize this set, you know, better than I have, because I just did 200, 200, 100. But yeah, that's it for Torpray. Last up, Namore. I decided to go with the Peace of Mind instead of Sweeper. I have this over Gust because I feel like Gust Namore is kind of. I just feel like it won't do much, and you know, you can't even remove Seer Barbs reliably. So yeah, I just have it as a Peace of Mind instead of Sweeper. I think that it's a lot more better in this role. I think it's gonna provide a lot more value than it would if it was removal. And yeah, Rageful Plushie is just because, you know, generally there's a lot of types that are going to be able to hit Memoria super effectively, especially if you're against the metal or even fire, you know, Serenite and water, because, you know, every water type has a dark coverage. And yeah, Luster Loot is that you can gain recovery, it's good in general. And then the TP spread, 290 is a good benchmark, I think, at least. I remember I had this on my Nemoria before, so it's probably useful. And then the speed is for Nibble Wrestling, which is quite useful, because Wrestling's otherwise kind of a threat to this team. But it always helps just to have some backup, and you know, you also outspeed Valkyrie, which could come to play, which could be useful. And you know, rest in melee defense, and I think kind of this range attack, so I can I believe, so I can 2-hit KO to Clips at +2. So I think so at least. But yeah, that's the end of this light team. Hope you enjoyed. Once again, let me know in the comments. Do you prefer me just going over the team already built, or would you rather see me actually make the team and going through the process of building it? And that's it. Like, subscribe, the usual stuff, and I'll see you next time.